Well, welcome to the Country Music Social Media Sessions, and I'm very excited to have Steve Bonham with me today from Steve Bonham and the Long Road. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm delighted to see you and talk to you at last, Helen, after all these months of lockdown.
Thank you. And whereabouts are you? Where are you in the world?
I'm in Derbyshire.
Okay.
South of Ashbourne. Yeah, probably the best way of describing where I am.
A few hours from here. I'm right down in Dorset and Bournemouth. So a few
lovely,
hours away.
lovely.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. It's very sunny at the moment, so it's very lovely. So obviously I've been playing your music quite a lot from your EP, your Wilderness one, and I'm playing a couple of them were going down really, really well actually, which we played again and again. And one of those was a ballad of Dwayne and Billy Marie. That was going down really, yes, that went down really well. And Canyons in the Desert as well. I think we had a lot of requests for that one as well. So we have been playing that a lot. So how's it been going with the EP?
It's going really well. I mean, it's, one day we'll sit down and we'll work out, was this the right way of doing it? But it feels like it did. You know, what we did was 4 EPs over a year and then released the whole thing as one piece with the last EP and then the book that goes with it. And I think looking back now and thinking, well, I can't say it was particularly clever at the time. It just seemed the right thing to do. But actually, with lockdown and not being able to tour or play, it meant we had something fresh to say every about 3 months, which was brilliant. So it's gone really well. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's quite an achievement. I mean, obviously, you were doing that all the way through lockdown. So how did that work? Were you kind of getting in the studio in between lockdowns? And
we recorded most of it. We recorded most of it in January 2020. We done the first EP at the end of the year before 2019, and we went and we just locked ourselves in. We use Woodburn Studios, which is in Oxfordshire, and it's just a lovely, lovely place to record acoustic music, and it's got accommodation. So we just holed up there for about 10 days and did it all. And then, because I do this to upset them, I then wrote another song a bit later, which we thought that's got to go on the album, so we went back in. We're measuring our lives in lockdowns, aren't we? Somewhere between 2 and 3, I think.
Strange time.
It was legal. It was barely legal, but it was
I'm sure it was.
It was definitely legal. Yeah, we were all socially isolated.
Yeah, so it's quite an achievement then. So the book, is that part of the American Wilderness Odyssey? Is that quite a story of the EP?
Yeah, well, do you remember? No, you know, because you're far too young. But in my day, Alan, when you bought an album, you bought a story. You got the LP or the CD with it had a booklet, and you knew everything about the songs, the musicians, everything. And we just thought that's what's kind of missing at the moment from particularly Spotify. It doesn't give you very much. Spotify it gives somebody something. Somebody must make money out of it. But we thought it'd be really nice, and so three of us wrote it at the start of this year. And it's got all the, our songwriting approach is a bit different because it's based on big treks and road trips and stuff like that.
I gathered, yeah.
And that just makes it a nice thing to, to be able to tell people, that this came from me holding out in a ghost town in New Mexico or, something like that. So that was the idea, to sort of replace the bit that's, since the death of the album, has kind of disappeared.
No, it's very good actually, and obviously, like you say, in this day and age, especially unsigned, no one does it anymore, and even some of the major artists don't do it. And Spotify, although it's very convenient, it isn't the same. And I do remember the stories, and I do remember when I was very, very young, vinyl and opening it up, and you'd have all the lyrics, you'd have a sleeve inside, and you'd have a bit more information about what you were buying, and that's gone.
And often they'd have a poster and everything. And I think in our world, in our bit of the music scene, the relationship between us and the audience is important, that it's close and it's intimate in a way, that we all talk to each other. Artists talk to each other and we talk to the audience. It's not like somebody running around with headphones on. They're not really interested in the act or anything like that. That's a kind of different world. It's not a bad world. It's just different. We need to have a good relationship with the people who listen to us, that's where it's come from.
Absolutely, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And so tell us about the Long Road. There's 3. Is there 3 of you, am I right?
There's 3 of us, yeah. There's myself, there's Chris Lydon, and there's Kevin Moore. Chris and I have been playing together for years. We had different bands, and we were all, and then unbelievably, Kev, I was at school with decades ago, and he's had a completely different. He's played in, he's played in Saxon, he's played in Christie, and various bands. Now plays in a Danish heavy metal band as well. And we just met. We just met at a gig. I did a gig for an old friend who couldn't play anymore, and in Derby, and he turned up because he knew Tim, and we just got on, and we thought, let's do this. And I mean, I'm dead lucky. I'm just a guitar thumper, but Chris and Kev are superb musicians, and if you listen to the recordings, there's so much going on, and it's that nice. So I think on the album, Kev plays bass. That's his main instrument. He plays beautiful acoustic lead guitar. He plays drums, and he's a great harmony singer. Chris plays piano, Hammond, sousaphone.
Oh. Wow.
They're great.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, good. And Kev's obsessed with the American road as well. So Kev's done these huge trips as well. Independently, we found our approach to music is quite similar, and that's made it really nice.
Yeah, you do seem to have a lot of knowledge in your songs. Have you all toured out there? Have you all done that?
Well, Kev's played all over the world. Chris has done less in America. He's the kind of guy who holds us all together.
Right.
He's a proper musician. He's got a first in music from somewhere, and and both Kev and I are totally instinctive players, and Chris is our kind of go-between between the stuff we do and musical reality sometimes.
Wow. So what's the dynamics then? Is there like a complete writer? One of you writes, or do you all just come together and write?
On the whole, I probably write most of the songs, or I write some with Kev.
Okay.
And I've written some with Chris, more keyboard-based ones. But all the arrangements, I don't go in the studio and be, "Oh, this is my song." I just don't think that works as a process when you're working with adults. You go and say, "Well, this is what I've done so far." So you mentioned earlier Canyons when you were talking earlier. And Canyons was literally me strumming the guitar. I was actually lying on the settee, Helena, watching football. I recorded it. and I sent it to Kev and got this complete arrangement back between him and Chris. So it was lovely. Yeah.
That's incredible. It's incredible how things come together, isn't it? And I think you're right. I think you shouldn't go in there, though, this is my song, this is how it works. I think having that dynamic, but all three of you obviously get involved in that writing. And you can all relate to the song in that way then, can't you? I think that will show.
And it's creative. Writing a song is you write songs, and so it's part of the journey. It doesn't make the recording a song. It's everything else that you put around it, and all the love and attention and skill that goes into it. Anyone who's kind of gets off on saying, "Well, this is all my own work," I can't even identify with that attitude. I think it's a collaboration every time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. So talking of songs, you'd like to do one for us and introduce it? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so this song I'm going to play now. Actually, I used to play a lot of songs write songs on my own and perform on my own. And I thought I grew out of the contemporary folk scene, I suppose, in the 70s and 80s. And just recently I've started to do a few songs on my own again. So, and this song is in one of those, and I'm just doing a sort of little side project, because all the big, the long road stuff is complicated and complex. Yeah. This is just simple songs.
Nice.
And I know the two of them will end up on it, but it's not. So this song is called Blues on a Summer's Day. Jenny, she is waiting the setting of the sun. Been contemplating how the day had run. Bird flies high and cries some. Cloud drifts by and hides some. Jenny, she is waiting setting sun. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Maine, don't go chasing galleons along the golden main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in the hay. When you're feeling lonely, with the blues on a summer's day. She sees a strange reflection in the old mill pond, like a thief a calling from the great beyond. Golden chains and silver floating down the river. She sees a strange reflection in the old mill pond. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Maine, don't go chasing galleons along the Spanish Main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in the hay. When you're feeling lonely, with the blues on a summer's day. Jenny bends her steps to the curving of the road, feels a little darker, as if the clock had slowed. The haunted note that finds her, forgotten touch that binds her. Jenny bends her steps to the curving of the road. Don't fly to Georgia, don't fly to Spain, don't go chasing galleons along the golden main. Knight in shining armor, cowboy in the hay. When you're feeling lonely, with blues on a summer's day.
Wow, that was lovely. Oh, that's lovely. It makes you want summer's day now. that's so relaxed and chilled. That's just lovely, isn't it? That's just such a great song. Thanks for playing that for us. Thank you. So you've got plans to release some solo stuff, or are you just sticking with the long roads?
Yeah, no, that song's just come out on Spotify, and along with a song called "This Is My England," which I wrote during lockdown number 1 in our new way of measuring time, and. I'm supposed to be going back down to Woodworms after. I'm doing a festival this weekend and then off to Woodworms next week. I don't know. It'd be nice to keep going, and I mean, to try and make your way in music at the moment, you've got to be able to do solo stuff, and you've got to be able to do, So I've got me, Chris, and me, and the long road, and that's how you get by, really. I have some of those, and maybe some more.
I shall be downloading that one. That's fantastic. And now Festival the Artisan. That's the festival you're involved with. Now, are you running that, or are you something to do with it? Or I know you're playing.
I kind of normally you've already found on the plate on the door. I'm supposed to be the director of it, but
wow,
I don't seem to be much in charge of it. So much better people than me have taken over. It's an idea of mine that I've had for 2 or 3 years, and this is the first year we've really got it going. And I feel very strongly that the music that we all play ends up being in a list, and it irritates me. So, what music do you play, Helena? Well, you play country and roots and folk and this and blues, and So, well, I just came up with this word to say artisan music. I mean, country music is folk music. It's all folk music. Unfortunately, the people who own folk music have, armed the barricades with machine guns to stop anybody else who's not playing that sort of music getting into it. I just thought, well, I'm going to try and create a festival, and we want it to grow, but in which all these sorts of music, basically acoustic, basically songs that are written about people's own experience, come together and start that. So, and this year we managed to get some funding from the Arts Council to run it online. And that's enabled us then to get sponsorship and get it underway. So, that's a Saturday, and Friday and Saturday,
Well, good luck with that. And obviously, anyone listening to this, check it out, because obviously, Festival of the Artisan, we'll have a look at that and check it out for the future, because it's good to get these up and running, these festivals. And obviously, you've been working with like Ken from Country Music Social Media, who's been helping with our social media. And obviously, I think you've spoken to him. Have you met him?
Ken, yes.
Yes, I thought you had.
Yeah, we met a few. I mean, Ken is one of the phenomena, isn't he, around? I mean, he's a bit like Graham Steele, that you just look at them and go, I don't know how you actually keep going, Graham's put on, was it, 300 concerts in the last year or something.
I know, he's got such a love for the unsigned and for the genre and, for the music. And I think he does a lot of it for love rather than a business.
Yeah.
Obviously, at the moment with lockdowns 1, 2, and 3, and hopefully no more. Social media has been really important, hasn't it?
It's critical. And it enables this sort of thing, and it enables us to talk to each other and meet each other. And it's been great. And Ken, as I say, Ken's one of the part of the good guy team.
Yes, I would agree. I definitely agree with that. So I'm going to ask you one more question just before we go into another song to finish that up with. Future plans. What you're planning to tour? Obviously, you've got your festival soon. You're actually planning to take out on the road again as soon as we are able to.
Yeah, I mean, we're working with Graham at the moment to take the long road and take the American Wilderness Story on the road in the autumn, and we're probably going to try and do the smaller theatres, art centres type of thing, and anyone else who wants us would be possible. But that would be nice, because I think our music has lots of stories in it, and it's nice to be able to tell the stories as well and engage in that way. So that's the sort of plan for the end of this year, but everyone's sort of still tiptoeing around before they commit to things. So that would be nice. And then I was due to be over in America this year, playing again on my own, and hopefully we can reschedule that for either back end of this year or early next year, So
fingers crossed. It looks like things are going in the right direction, but of course we just never know, do we? And we just got to hope that it does. And good luck to you, because I hope you get out and tour again. And hopefully I'll get to see you at some point as well.
Every now and I'd love to come and on our Artisan music playlist, we've got a couple of your tracks last time I looked, and I look forward to seeing you live sometime.
Thank you very much. That'd be
you've got a great voice, really great singer.
Thank you. Oh no, I actually envy you as a musician. I mean, I'm just starting out as a musician. I mean, I've been writing songs for years, but I've only been playing the guitar for 3 years. So, it's a very sort of early journey for me. So I'm hoping, But thank you so much for talking to me today, Steve. It's been lovely to see you. Could you finish the song for us? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, this one's done all right for me, this song, over the last 2-3 years. UK country radio made a bit of a thing of it, and various things. It's called Hummingbirds, and long story. I won't waste your time, but
no.
But the story is, it's just very, sometimes you write a song in totally the wrong place. This song is basically about being by the sea, whilst I'm sitting 10 days into the Appalachian wilderness. About as far from the sea as you can get. But I am watching hummingbirds.
Sounds idyllic. Go ahead.
When walking down the shore, your hands upon your hips, this old day feels good. time as a cloud that danced upon the breeze, that slipped away like echoes of some forgotten prayer that we once knew. I said we should fly right now, laughed at me and said don't be absurd. This moment's all that matters now, drink it in and talk of hummingbirds. As the day went round and round, and the shadows spun among the trees, and the secret signs between us two. In a seaside town, so still up the shore, and selling gulls, souvenirs. I said we should fly right now, laughed at me and said don't be absurd. This moment's all that matters now, drink it in and talk of hummingbirds. Talk of hummingbirds. Well, later that same day, in the holy place between cliff and sea, we lit a fire, drank some beers, and swam into the dark. Saw silhouettes of cormorants like twilight ghosts flying home. I said we should fly right now, laughed at me and said don't be absurd. This moment's all that matters now, drink it in and talk of hummingbirds. Talk of hummingbirds. Talk of hummingbirds.
I love it. You really do paint a picture of your lyrics as well. I love that. Thank you so much for joining me today, Steve.
Absolute pleasure, anytime.
You're welcome. And please look out for him online as well and look out for the festival. So if anyone's watching this, please do. Thanks very much, Steve. Take care of yourself.
Cheers, Helen. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye.